Hi guys, and welcome back to another video, or welcome if this is your first time here. My name is Dana. I am a homeschooling mama to 4 little ones, and here on my channel I love sharing just our homeschooling journey as well as simple living, motherhood encouragement, and everything in between. Just so you guys know where I am at in my life right now, I have a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And as you can tell from the title, today I'm going to be sharing with you guys what I found thrifted for them for Christmas. And I thought, since most everything I found, though there are a few exceptions for bigger gifts, but most of the things that I found for their stockings this year happen to be thrifted. So this is why this video is going to be a combined what I got thrifted for my kids for Christmas / what is in my kids' Christmas stockings this year. I love making these videos. I think doing a thrifted what I got my kids for Christmas video is one of my favorite videos to make, because I really spend a few months kind of collecting things or picking things up here and there. And honestly, it takes me quite a while to build up a quote-unquote collection of thrifted gifts, because it's not very often that I do go out without my children. So when I do go out and find something, I normally try to keep it for a gift or a surprise or something like that. So yeah, I'm excited. I feel like whenever I was preparing for this video, it was like Christmas for me as well, because I forgot what I had bought and put kind of away. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So I thought I would go ahead and start with my son's stocking. However, I'm going to give a little bit of a backstory about my little ones as I go and show you what is in their stockings, because I feel like if I don't give you that little bit of a backstory and a little bit of a behind the scenes information, you're probably going to wonder what in the world I'm thinking as far as the things that I put in his stocking. For our family, because this is a thrifted video, I'm going to go ahead and throw out there that thrifting for our family is 100% a lifestyle. We do it for a very regular basis when it comes to our clothing, home decor, everything. I want to say our home's probably 90% thrifted. Like, it is 100% just a complete lifestyle for our family. So with that being said, our children are used to going to the store and finding little treasures and just finding all the fun little things. They love it. And I love that they love it, you know. The reason why I'm going to give you a backstory is my children love collecting beautiful little tiny treasures, specifically like animal themed treasures, like little glass figurines. And so most of his stocking things, or the 2 main gifts in his stockings, are little glass figurines. So I don't want to show you guys and you guys be like, what in the world are you thinking? Where I know that he will adore them and love them. So my son, just another little bit of a behind the scenes thing, is he has this designated shelf in his room. It's like a little glass terrarium, and he even has little twinkle lights in it. And that's where he collects all of his little fun things, whether it be rocks from the summer. He has little pocket knives in there, like his collection. So he just has a couple very small collections, like of a handful of different things. He has things that his great grandmother gave him that he displays, and he has things that his grandma gave him that he displays, and he just displays things in this specific case that just are very special to him, is the way I can describe this case. It's very, very precious. I love it because he really does put all of his favorite little treasures in there. But with that being said, my 2 older kids are really just little ones who love looking for those little treasures to make their spaces beautiful. That's what you're gonna see in this stocking. So I had to give that backstory so you don't, again, wonder what in the world I'm thinking. Anyway, so for their stockings, I have a few main little gifts for him in here, and then most everything else is consumable. So you're gonna see a lot of common denominators as we go through all the stockings. So all 4 of my kiddos, they love little juice boxes, but this is the Uncle Matt's lemonade little juice boxes. So they each have one of these in their thing. Again, they love juice boxes, and I love doing consumables because, again, juice boxes, or lemonade, I guess, boxes, aren't really things that get very often. So again, I love putting consumables. They also each have one of the Made Good crispy strawberry squares. They love these. They like these and the original one, I believe, the best. So they each have a strawberry kind of like Rice Krispie treat. And then in his stocking, he's got 2 bags of the Yum Earth jelly beans. He loves jelly beans. It's one of his favorite candies. So he's got a couple bags of those in there for being like a treat. And then all of the kiddos also have their own bag of gum. I love this brand, the Pure brand, and I want to say that the jumbo gum is fairly new. I did get it last year for their stockings, but I haven't seen this flavor before. We have had, I want to say, the strawberry orange banana mix, but this is a new kind. So they each have their own pack of gum, which is going to be like a big deal for them this year, because normally we do share. And then he also has a couple of the Unreal, I think these are like the alternative to Snickers bars, but they're amazing. If you haven't had these, highly recommend. They're really, really good. And then they also have in each of their stocking, they have their own thing of chips. So this is all of their like edibles and consumables. And even though my son is 9 years old, he still loves bubbles. So all of the kids will have like a large bubble wand in their stocking for playing with. This is something that they will play with even in the house. Honestly, I don't really care because I can just mop up the mop up the bubbles. But they love these, and especially in the winter, they really enjoy playing with those. So I have that, and then for his little treasures, I should say in here, I found this when I was at the antique store the other day. I found this little frog. Okay, for another backstory here, he adores frogs and he collects anything frog related, like little tiny figurines, and he's got quite a few of them. He even has some like little crystal glass thingies of them. Anyway, this little frog, I don't know if you can see it, but this frog's doing a headstand. I don't know if you can see it. It's too cute. I saw it at an antique shop. I'm like, yeah, you have to come home with me because he will adore it. And again, this is why I had to give that backstory, because you would look at this and be like, this is not a stocking stuffer, but it is, I promise. He will adore that. I promise he will adore it. And then the other little main thing that I have in here for him is this little turtle. I thought it was precious. Super, super sweet. It's just a little glass paperweight turtle. But again, this is something that I know he will just light up with. Like when I tell you that he will light up with this, I promise you he will light up with this. I feel kind of self-conscious about this video because this is not a typical stocking stuffer thing. That's why I'm a little bit, hopefully it's received okay. Anyway, this little turtle and this little frog are two things that he's going to adore. The other gifty thing that I got in here that's not consumable, actually no, I have two more things in here. He also collects little pocket knives. He loves pocket knives. I want to say he has like 5 of them already. This one I also found at an antique shop, and it is a Christopher Columbus 1492. It's like a collectible little pocket knife. I want to say it's like the 500th anniversary maybe pocket knife. So I found it. It was only, I want to say $6, but it is beautiful. I'm gonna see if you can't see it here when I'm editing this video. I'll see if I can insert a clip of up close because it is gorgeous. It's also really heavy, and I know he's going to love this because again, he collects pocket knives. So definitely gonna be a win there. And then in here, this is another thing that might be kind of strange, so bear with me here. But I got him a little pocket-sized abacus because when we are doing our raised arithmetic math, we've used a large abacus for math before too, but when he's kind of going through the numbers and really kind of more difficult story problems in his head, he has actually mentioned multiple times, I need an abacus I can just put in my back pocket, and I found an abacus that will go in his back pocket. So unless you know that little side bit there of him actually asking for one of these, then this would also be a very strange stocking stuffer, but he will love it. And again, it's a pocket-sized little abacus. And then in here as well, I also have 2 little building blocks. They're like little Annie's gummies with their little Legos. So I thought this would really be fun because a lot of his gifts this year have to do with Legos. So I got all the kids' little gummies that were Lego shaped for something fun. The other few things that are going to be going in his stockings, this is something that is very traditional, things that we do every single year. And it's also going to seem strange, but we do a new toothbrush every year, like a fun little character toothbrush, his own little mini thing of toothpaste, which we already have all these things, but we always like to replenish, and again, it's tradition. So we're going to do those. And then another tradition is we always put either a quarter or a dollar coin in the toe of the stocking, and they know that once they reach the quarter, it's empty. So that's just something fun, and again, it's a tradition that we have done really ever since I was a kid as well, that I've kind of continued the little coin in the toe tradition for them. So this is everything that is in his stocking. I'm gonna go ahead and probably move on to my 7-year-old daughter's stocking, which again, some of the stuff is very similar, but it's also some different stuff too. So for my daughter's stocking, I went ahead and dumped everything out that you've already seen. So I already have like the chips, the same little lemonade box, the candy and things like that set aside. And then the only thing that is the same but also kind of different is her bubble wand is like a purple pink color. So everything else is the same as far as edibles. The things that I got specifically for her stocking, I also found this when I was at the same antique store that I got my son's little figurines from. And this is a beaded little vintage handbag. When I saw this, for one, it's dark darling, and it's sparkly, and it's 100% her personality. And so I thought it was darling, and she is going to absolutely love this. One thing I like about the vintage beaded bags is they're actually really heavy. Like, it is incredible quality. They definitely don't make them like they used to, but it is just darling. It's in perfect condition. I feel like it was barely even used, with it being very old, like an old style. The tag, I don't remember what the brand of it was, but it's handmade. It didn't say from where. Anyway, I thought it was darling, and she is going to adore this. This is really going to be one of her main type gift things in her stocking. And so, as I mentioned, when it comes to collecting those beautiful little tiny pieces, she's just like that too. So they just both love, again, collecting little beautiful things. We found this little tiny puppy, and it has 2 little blue gemstones in it. And when I first saw this, my kids are really into puppies. Another backstory. They are really into imaginative play with their puppies. They even dress them for dinner, and I'll get into that when I show you the outfits down here. But they adore playing with little puppies. They really do, and they get into so much fun play. So I found her this little gold puppy, and it had little gemstones on it. But I saw this and my mind immediately went to her. I know she's going to adore this. Again, a very strange stocking stuffer, probably, but she's just going to light up, and I think it's darling too. So she's gonna love that. And so that's her little pretty thing that I put in her stocking. Another thing that I got for her is actually for her new bedroom. If you guys have been around here for a while, you know that our big school area that we used to do our homeschool in, probably over a year ago now, we had to completely gut it. We ripped everything out down to studs, and then we just didn't touch it because life got busy, and then we were going to turn it into like a big bedroom. Well, we are finally doing that. Praise the Lord, it's almost done. Anyway, that's going to be the girls' new bedroom. So all 3 of the girls are going to go in this really large space now, and we're really excited to kind of put finishing touches on that this week. Anyway, this is what this is for. I got her, she requested her theme is going to be like tea parties and ballet, because that's really what she's into right now. So I have this little metal set. It comes with a little teapot and 2 little teacups that I thought would look really, really cute hanging on the wall, because it is more of like a vintage pink on one side and then like a raw kind of shiplap on the other. So it's really, really pretty. It's a combination of like the old cabin style with the pink. And so I got a couple of different sets of her. So I have the teapot set for her, and I also have some butterflies and then some ballet slippers that are all kind of that vintagey type theme. So this is going to go in her stocking as far as something to use for her new bedroom, which I know she's going to love because she loves anything to do with having tea parties. So that's for her. The other thing that I got for her stocking that is a gift thing, well, a couple things. I have this, here I'll show you, this little scarf that we also got, I want to say Thrifted maybe. My girls love scarves, but they love playing with them, specifically silk scarves. So I got this one because she really liked the colors in it. So we have this one that I'm going to put in there. I might even wrap up the teapot in it because it has teapots on it. So you can tell the theme is very like vintagey, old style. So that's just her, and I love that too. And then when I mentioned getting outfits for their puppies, this is what I was talking about. So I was also at another antique store, this is a while back, and they had all these little dolly clothes, like little handmade vintage dolly clothes. I was like, these are going to be perfect for her little 18-inch dollies, which I'm also going to show you here in a minute. They also found more of. And I was like, this is going to be so darling. It's a little vintage handmade dress, super, super cute. And it's like linen. I just thought it was darling. And what I didn't realize is all the doll clothes I have gotten to like for her in the past, she does dress up her dollies, but she uses her dollies more for combing their hair and doing hairstyles, but she uses all the tiny clothes for her puppies. So I got this specifically for her puppy, so all of her dolls could like still remain like clothed with all their clothes on them, and then she could have her own specific thing. So when she opens this up, I'll let her know, like, this is for your puppy, like your puppy has a designated dress now. And so that's what this is for. So this, and then the little puppy that I showed you with the gemstones, and then the vintage little sets here, that's kind of like what is her kind of main gift in her stockings with all of her consumables. But that is everything I want to say. Well, of course, apart from the traditional toothbrush and all that stuff that I haven't showed you guys yet because I haven't gotten it yet. So that will come later. So next is my 4-year-old. And again, all of the edibles are the same across the board. The only thing that's same but different is, of course, her bubble wand is hot pink. She adores pink. pink. She requests everything that she wears to be pink. It's honestly really, really cute. So that is why I have this little pink dress, and this is for her dolly. She has this one doll in particular. I want to say it's the Melissa and Doug, like that little, it's like a weighted baby, really, really nicely made. We have an older version of it, but I got this dress specifically for her little baby, and it's pink. And I found this also at that little vintage shop where I found the other dress, and I love going to antique shops. I find the cutest little things. But I want to say this is like $2.50. All those little dresses, they're vintage, handmade. They're only a couple dollars. So I thought this one in particular was just super, super cute. And I know she will love dressing her little baby in this. So another thing that I got for her that when I saw, I instantly thought of her. It looks like her, and I just thought it was so cute. It's this little dolly. It's a little vintage dolly, but it's dressed like a duck. It has a little duck hat, but it made me think of her because I put her hair in little blonde ponytails all the time, and it looked just like her. And she loves ducks. She loves being outside in all weather. So the little rain outfit, it has a little pink flower outfit underneath, and I just thought it was the cutest thing I ever saw. And I'm really into ducks right now for some reason. Like, I collect little glass figurine ducks. It's random, I know, but the fact that it was a duck, it looked exactly like her, has blue eyes, and just reminded me so much of her. It really looks exactly like her. I think she's gonna love it. So that's just her little dolly that's gonna go in her stocking. Another thing I got for her, and a couple of things actually, is I did get her a new hat. It's something that she's been needing for a while because I feel like she went up almost 2 sizes this year. So I just got a new hat that I am gonna toss into her stocking as well. This I did not get thrifted. I don't remember where I got it. I want to say online maybe, but I got her little horse hat. So that's going to be like some fun little things to go in her stocking. And then for her, something like really fun, I found this at a thrift store as well, but she loves poppets. So I found her an actual little poppet purse I thought she would love. But it actually holds quite a bit. I put stuff in it. So I was thinking about, when I did my last gift videos, I told you guys, I was thinking about making the stockings be either a purse or a backpack, depending. But I don't think I'm going to end up doing that because of space, and I got a lot of different consumables. It was going to be too much space. So anyway, this is her main little purse gift that I found thrifted. And then just like her sister, I also found her a silk scarf because she loves scarves. And I thought what she could do with this, because they take scarves and they dress up their dollies, they dress up peg dolls, they dress up themselves. They genuinely love little vintage silk scarves, and they cost like maybe $1.25 at a lot of different thrift stores. Not very much. The most I paid for one is like $1. So we get them quite often. They have a whole bin just of different scarves. That's why this is in here, in case you want to know. But I thought this actually went really, really pretty with this dress, so she can dress up the dolly in a couple different ways with the two things, because that's what she loves doing. So the little clothing items, the hat, the darling little duck girl, and the pop-up purse are the main things in her stocking. So my last one is my 2-year-old. Her color bubble wand is yellow. Again, all the same consumables. I can probably stop saying that now. But her little outfit that I got for her dolly, because she has little dollies too, is this little vintage red and white one. I loved this one. I thought this one was so, so sweet. They had dozens and dozens of these little dresses, and I will say it was hard for me not to buy more than like the 4 that I bought, because I thought they were just the sweetest little things, and it's not something that I can even buy nowadays. Especially the quality is beautiful. It's like really heavy material, and I just can't buy this like brand new anymore. So I should have gotten more, but I know where to go back if we do want some more outfits. Anyway, so this is her little vintage outfit for my 2-year-old, for her dolly. And then what I also found at the same vintage little flea market is I found this little tiny little bonnet, and I thought this is darling, and she is going to love putting this on her baby. She loves putting little hats on her babies. She likes dressing them up with different hair bows and things like this. So this is something that she is just going to love, and it's so darling. So it reminded me of her. The other thing that I got for her, because her older sister has a pair and she's always asking her to play with them, is I got her this cute little vintage set of sunglasses. I found them again at that antique shop, but it came with like a little beaded pouch to put them in, and I thought it was so pretty. So pretty. So these are actual like really nice heavyweight old sunglasses with a little case to go in it, or for a case for the glasses to go in it. She's going to love this because, again, she's always gravitating towards her sister's glasses, but the fact it comes with like a little vintage case to put them in is darling, and she's going to love it. I guarantee she will love it. Another thing I got for her that she loves playing with, even though she is 2, and I would say that for most 2-year-olds, they probably, I don't know if they would like this or not, but she still adores like the large poppets. I have several of these. I have the Dimple one, like the Dimple brand, which is an amazing one. Highly recommend, like super nice quality. But this one is a little bit easier to pop in and out, so she can do it with both hands at the same time. So I got her a little butterfly poppet because she loves butterflies, and it made me think of her when I saw it. So a butterfly poppet. And then the other thing that I also found thrifted, these were brand new, still in the package. I took them out to put them in her stocking, but I found a little mouse family, and I don't remember the brand. It's not Honeybee Acres, and it's not Calico Critters. It's the other one that's really popular. It's, of course, the one that I can't remember. It's always that way. Anyway, I had the mom and the dad and the little baby, and there's even a teeny tiny little baby, but it's in the toe of her stocking right now. So anyway, this is a little mouse family, and I love these little critters. I got her quite a few of these last year for Christmas, so this will be a fun little addition for her. She already has like the Honeybee Acres vehicle, the Honeybee Acres little house, so I got her a new little family to play in it. So I was super excited to find these, and again, I found these at an antique store, believe it or not, not even a thrift store, so I was kind of surprised to see them there. But I thought they were darling. So moving on to the actual gifts that we got our kids for Christmas this year, I will go ahead and say there's not as much as there has been previous years, and there's a couple of different reasons for that. The top one probably being is I honestly did not go out thrifting very much this year by myself. There was maybe only a few times that I've been out completely by myself thrifting, or if I was on the way back from the grocery store and had time or something like that. But most of the time that I've been thrifting, as I've said, it's very much of a fun type of a lifestyle thing, and so we really all do it together. So my kiddos are really always with me when I do go thrifting because they love like looking at all the fun things too. So with that being said, I do have, I want to say I have 1 or 2 things per child that I got thrifted. But again, it's been a while since I pulled everything out, so it'll be interesting to see. This is one of those things that I got my son, and he was actually with me when I found this. However, he did not see it because it was on the top of a shelf, and he was in the other corner of the thrift store, and I told the owner, since we've gotten to know her, sweet lady, I was like, can you hide this? I'll pay for it today, and then I'll come back and get it whenever I happen to be without the kids. And so she did, and she kept it for weeks for me before I was able to go back and get it. But it's a little handmade truck, and just another backstory about my son, even though he's 9, he collects little trucks like this. He collects wood trucks, handmade trucks, and especially the vintage, like the metal trucks, like the Tonka trucks. He has quite a few, like the car loaders and things like that. So a lot of the times when we're out yard sailing or thrifting, he keeps his eye on those vintage collectibles. He has a very good eye for collectibles, even though he's 9, and he loves trucks. Like, he genuinely collects them. He has a closet full of them, and he still plays with them even though he's 9. So I found this, and I immediately thought of him, and it's just a beautiful heritage piece. I would consider it to be a heritage piece. So I know he's gonna love this. My daughters are getting a new bedroom, but he's also getting their old room, so it is much bigger than his room. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be having like a big bookshelf in there where he can kind of keep and display all of his trucks. So I'm excited about that, and he's gonna love it. So this is one of the main thrifted things that I got for him, at least for the main thrifted gifts. And then for my 7-year-old daughter, this instantly made me think of her. She loves putting anything in baskets. She probably gets that from me, but she loves putting things in baskets. But this is a little vintage carrying basket, but it has a little lid, and the inside of it is lined. The reason why I thought of her, for one, she will swing all summer long, and on the front it has a little girl swinging and a little boy watering the garden. It reminded me so much of my children and the simplicity of our summers. And I just fell in love with it because it reminded me of them. And so she's going to love it. And I just thought it was precious because she literally loves swinging so much. Like in the summer, if I don't know where she is, she's in the backyard swinging. She just loves it so much. And then of course it's lined beautifully, but she loves things like this because she likes putting her little artwork in here. So what I got this for, and what I'm going to be using it for, is I have some notebooks for her and some pencils. So what I'm going to do is, for a gift, I'm going to wrap it up, of course, put it in a gift bag, but I'm going to fill it with some new notebooking journals and some sketch pencils, and she can have it as like her little tote. And again, I thought the little images on the front were darling. So sweet. So something else that I bought thrifted, and again, I always crack up whenever I think about clothing my children's like stuffed animals, because this is what this is for. This is for my daughter's puppy, because she really did request clothing for her puppies. I'm like, okay. I'm actually happy to come across this. This is $6. It was brand new, still in the box at a thrift store, a local thrift store. And it is brand new. It has little slippers, so her puppy can wear slippers. And it has little pajama pants. And then the shirt even has little puppies on it. So her puppy's going to be very well dressed, I will say. But this is just a fun little gift that I know she is going to love. I'm not even kidding. This might be one of her favorites because she has a complete outfit for her puppy. So my 4-year-old is really into hats. So I found this one. I want to say it's like a US Polo, ASSN, something like that. I don't know, but it's a cotton hat, and I thought it was really, really cute. She can wear this year round because she loves wearing hats, but specifically for summer so she can grow into it. It might be a tiny bit big for her now, but I know by summer and over the summers here, it'll be great for her. But I thought it was really, really sweet, and again, it just reminded me of her because of the lace. Really pretty, really feminine, and it just looked like her. And it was practically brand new, and I think I want to say it was like 99 cents or something. But the newest tags, like the actual name brand tags, were still on it. So I thought it was a great deal and something that I know she's going to love. A thrifted thing that I got my 2-year-old is a little baby car seat. We have had a little baby car seat before for my oldest daughter when she was around that 3 to 4-year-old range. And then when she was done playing with it, we donated it. And then my 4 and 2-year-old are now really into playing like great, huge, fun, imaginative play like time with their baby dolls. So I wanted to pick this up again for them. This is different than the one we've had before. And I feel like it's a lot heavier and thicker than the one we've had before. So I don't know if it's just a lot older than the one that I bought years ago. Not years, like 3 years ago. Or what, but it was $2.99. I thought it was really, really sweet, and she is going to love this. So what I'm probably going to do Christmas morning is I'm probably going to end up putting her baby in it, like her favorite baby doll, and then putting it in here and letting her come out and see it with the little baby in it. So that's probably going to be one that I don't know if I'll wrap or not. I'll probably just sit under the tree with her baby doll in it because she's just going to want to play with it right away anyway. So that would be that one. So another thing that I got for my son is he's really been into circuit building and really curious about just electricity in general and experimenting with it. This is a brand new kit. All the pieces were still here. Normally with thrifted things, I'm really careful with buying things that don't have any pieces in it because there's so much risk of them not being there, and at that point it's just a complete waste of money. You have to throw it away at that point, especially puzzles and games and things like this. But this was brand new. It was still sealed. I even asked the manager at the time if I could open it and look at it, and everything was still there. But this is a 450 project FM radio and nerve tester, like circuit blocks. So circuit blocks 450, something like that. But it was $3.99. Again, 450 different projects. It even comes with like the complete lesson book. So he's going to love this. He loves things like this. He's very curious personality. He loves investigating things, investigating his surroundings. But he's really just now getting into being curious about this side of things. So I'm excited about this. I really am. And he's going to love it. So that was that one. For my 4 and 2-year-old, I got this for them to share. This is the Colorations. It's a Creative Builders Dough Builders. This is a huge bucket of like, it almost reminds me of the Mr. Potato Head pieces. Like there's eyes, hands, boots, outfits, hats, there's anything. And if you guys are new around here, my toddlers adore Play-Doh, anything to do with clay, anything moldable. So the fact that there's a whole bucket of little pieces that they can make little people with now, I'm so excited. Like I really wanted to open this up and dive right in and just make all the cute little Play-Doh critters. It was so, so sweet. I thought for a while that I was going to open up the container and divvy them up into little Ziploc baggies and put them in their stockings. But I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it in the bucket and then probably give it to both of them like as a combined gift. But this was $10, so a little bit pricey. I want to say I got it at Once Upon a Child, which I feel like some of their stuff can be a little pricey for secondhand. But it was practically new. It's still a full bucket, so I know all the pieces are probably still there. And I know they will adore it. Like they will just adore this, and I will too. This will be something so fun that really all 4 of my kiddos really enjoy playing with. Another thing that I got at Once Upon a Child is something for my 2-year-old. This is my first library. It just comes with 10 basic books. So transportation, vegetables, fruits, birds, and all the, of course, animals, letters, shapes, and all things like that. I thought these were darling. The price was $4.50. Yeah, so this is actually a really good price for these. But they're her own little first library. And as I already mentioned, my 3 little girls are getting a new room, and where my toddler's bed is going to be specifically, there's a little windowsill. So I wanted to get something that she could sit on her windowsill, and a little box set like this I thought would be really, really sweet, because they're all getting their own little box book set to put up there. So this is going to be her little set, and I did get it thrifted. That's why it's in today's video, but it was brand new in the package and comes with 10 little books. Another couple of books that I got specifically for my 4-year-old. The first one is this 100 Flaps to Learn on the Farm. I got this one because, for one, if you have a little one with a speech delay, having books that are interactive and when you open them up they practice saying the word is perfect. Like, really having hands-on, interactive, tangible books. They're lifting things and practicing saying the words is wonderful. So this book is practically brand new, and it's 100 different flaps that she can kind of feel and learn and explore. So this is really one of those things where I am going to be using with her very intentionally as we build out our vocabulary. And then another thing, if you guys are familiar with I Spy, I love these books so much, but this is like a little toddler version of I Spy, where you look through all the pictures and find little things in there. So this is great for a 2- and 4-year-old when they're not quite ready for the advanced I Spy books, because my 7- and 9-year-old love the I Spy books, like the large ones. They will spend forever looking at those, and they're actually quite challenging, I found. So I thought this one was really fun and great for them. So let me grab the clothing I got 1 second. As I mentioned, I love antique shopping and going to different antique stores. I had to show you this antique romper I got my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter. When I saw this, I instantly thought of her. It's the little lace around the cuffs, it's the embroidery, and the fact that it's a little romper and it's warm and it's soft and corduroy. But it is just a full-length romper with bell bottoms. I thought it was just the most darling thing. I cannot wait to see her in this, and it's great especially for the winter months coming up. So it's that. And then the dress that I got her, oh my goodness, again, this is something that I saw and I instantly thought of her, just instantly, because she's a twirly girl. She likes dressing up and playing and twirling, but this is, again, a vintage dress. This was only $6, and I thought it was darling. This is one of those like a sheer materials, so she'll have to wear like something underneath it. But it is just one of the most prettiest little elegant things that I've seen. It reminds me of her because, again, she's into tea parties and all that. I just thought it was darling. So those are her 2 main little clothing pieces that I got for her gift. Now this one is for my 4-year-old. And again, I also found this at a little antique shop. And this has like the embroidery on the sleeves, but just everything about this said Maddie, my little 4-year-old. I thought it was so sweet, and she's going to look darling in it, and I think she'll just love it because she also does like green. Even though it's not pink, she likes green too. But the little lace around the colors, and it's very nicely made. I want to say this was $6 too, $6.50, something like that. But again, handmade little vintage dress, and it's darling. So sweet. I love it so much. So for my son, let me grab the other one over here. I don't think these are antique or anything, but they were at a little vintage shop. But this is a little fuzzy jacket thing that I got him. I thought he would love this. For one, he loves materials like this that are just soft and squishy and comfortable. So I got this for him, and then also for clothing, thrifted anyway, I got him this gorgeous blue little knit sweater that I know he will love. So I think that was everything that we got thrifted. Of course, things could change if I end up going out thrifting again, but for the most part, that is everything. I'm going to be sharing with you guys the actual newer items that we did get our kids for Christmas. I'm going to be attempting to film that right after this here, and in that video, I'll show you what we got our kids specifically for them, but also the group things that we got to go for like as a family gift. So whether that be games, activities, some fun things, and things like that. So I'm excited about that video too, as we kind of prepare for the upcoming Christmas season. But until that video, I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you're doing, and God bless. Bye guys.